really hammers home these guys are doomed.
Hey there, Toonami faithful, and welcome back aboard Toonami Absolution, where we talk about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. Once again, we are your hosts. My name is Alyx.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John, Dragon Ball Z Ocean Dub 18 and 19, Nappa the Invincible. Made its debut February 15th, 97, made up of the power of Nappa and sacrifice. And then Tien Goes All Out, debuted February 22nd, 97, made of sacrifice and Nappa's rampage. A lot of Nappa.
A lot of Nappa.
Lot of Nappa. Lot more Nappa than I remembered there being of Nappa.
I mean, so I guess just like story-wise, Saibamen are gone. Krellin takes them all out with his whatever attack that he doesn't really ever use again.
Red beam cannon kind of thing.
Yeah, and we're on to the main event, I suppose, which is Nappa just decides to take on Tien, cuts his arm off. There's a
Which they show,
yeah.
which I thought was crazy.
Is there any, in terms of censorship, John, is there anything in there where like we have to show this, or like was there ever an
They
attempt?
shorten it quite a lot.
Mm,
So Ocean cut off a good, probably I'd say about 25 to 30 seconds of the arm.
yeah.
So the arm just vanishes. I will say to sort of fight back against common rumor, the blood isn't cut. There isn't that much even in Japan. In the manga, there's a hell of a lot. Tien becomes a bloody mist. But in the anime, there's not very much at all. It comes. I think they're trying to go for the implication that Nappa cauterized the wound instantly.
I want to talk about Tien saying that it will grow back.
That is the piece of censorship here from Ocean. Tien shouts, "You just wait till it grows back," which isn't in Japan. Tien, we don't know if Tien can grow his arms back or not.
Isn't Tien just a human with a third eye? Like there's nothing like crazy about Tien.
So
Yeah, not according to the Daisen he isn't.
yeah,
Damn it, Daizenshu.
yeah. That's one of the. I forgot to pick up a copy of the Dyson Shoe while I was in Japan. But the
If you don't, go ahead.
well, the yeah, I mean, that is always one of the things that as a kid, it's also not in the Funimation dub. He just like, oh, it'll grow back. It's like, no, it's gone. Like,
Yeah, it's gone.
but it's one of the things that always kind of puzzled me in Dragon Balldom that, you carry a lot of your injuries and scars and stuff going into Otherworld or the afterlife. Tien's lucky. He gets his arm back. He doesn't get his chest scar ever restored, but he gets his arm back. I presume because he dies so quickly after losing his arm.
I also kind of,
Himself to death.
I've always kind of presumed it was a thing of what you ask Yema to do.
Hmm.
Like, because I could totally see Yema being like, "Hell yeah, that was badass. Here, have an arm."
Yeah.
Just for you, buddy.
Like that's why like Frieza doesn't get all of his bits back later on because like Yema's like, "Nah, I don't like you." But I can totally see Yema being like, "Yeah, you're cool. I like you. Come on. I'm
Have an
also
arm.
making you 2 inches taller. Congratulations."
There's also like the Dragon Ball thing, which kind of got forgotten after this or whatever, and then came back for Resurrection F, that you have to make sure the body's in good condition. Remember they like put Krellin and like Chout and Roshi into like preservation pods until they resurrect them. Um, and then by Z they kind of forget about it, and then for Super for Frieza they're like, no, he needs to be his back, otherwise he'll just be the body horror living chunks, which they do.
Which they do.
Yeah, they've never really been sure on that one. Um, yeah, there's you can make all sorts of arguments for why Tien says that. Like fan theory says it's a bluff, which I can kind of see working as an argument. And obviously, because yeah, the Daisenshu says he's part of a secret tribe called the Three Eye Tribe, he isn't. That's just made up. But yeah, it's so weird that they. I guess you can't because remember, Ocean can't do visual edits apart from cuttings and sort of paintings. I guess they can't paint the arm back on. So you've
That would
got
take way too much effort.
Well, I think to do that, you wouldn't even be paint. You would need to get the cell,
Yeah.
and then they don't have the cells. That's why everything is digital paint, and they need to show Tien blowing himself up in a little bit. So you just kind of got to do, let's just shorten it and then have him be like, oh, it's fine. Tis a flesh wound.
Yeah.
There is something genuinely crazy about Piccolo yelling at Gohan, "Don't look away, don't disrespect him, watch this man die." Like there's something like, and Scott McNeil, again, we're back to Scott McNeil and his voice, but like, damn, that's crazy. That's so intense to say to a child, to a 4-year-old.
I always like that. I always like the jig's up. They know they're going to go out. Like they know that. I mean, they try and Nappa does the attack that creates the explosion line or whatever it is, and but they know Tien's gone. Chiaotzu knows Tien's gone, which is why he steps up and does what he does. Speaking of which, I did get this in Japan for our viewers at home. I got a jacket. I don't
The
know if
corpse
that's
of a
how much.
small exploding boy on the back.
Yeah, yeah.
Goodbye, Tien.
Yeah. So as soon as I saw that design, I was like, I need to get
Though
this.
in this dub, they're not dead. They're in the next dimension.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is where the next dimensioning really, really hypes up, and it gets to the point of silly. Like when Chiaotzu blows himself up, spoiler alert, we get also one of the silliest lines where Tien's like, now it's going to be a lot harder to wish him back. It's like, no, Tien, it's impossible to wish. Well, it was impossible to wish him back because Namek is a coming and Namek ruins our plot. But then we have like Nappa be like, don't tell me, I know what you need, a nice trip to another dimension.
Yep.
Oh, Nappa, Nappa shouldn't be saying it. It really bugs me because, like, if we're gonna do this, why just not have Nappa say any other threat? Why not say, you're doomed, you stand no chance, I'm gonna defeat you? There are so many better ways to censor that line than having to this an awkward other dimension thing in there.
Yeah.
He's gonna send you to the Shadow Realm.
He's gonna send you on vacation.
He's gonna send you to a lovely bed and breakfast in Connecticut.
I wonder why Goku never passed Tien and Chiaotzu on Snake Way.
They hadn't gotten there yet. You know, they were disoriented. It was taking a minute.
That could have been crowded in King Yema's station.
Tien went right off the edge.
To be fair, a lot of people are getting blown up right now. So,
Oh
like,
yeah, they did just kill like an entire like city, or
Well-
unless it's Sunday.
well, it was Sunday, so there wasn't anybody there.
Yeah.
No one has died in this episode so far. No one has died at all. Chiaotzu just exploded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's fine. You know, you've played Pokemon. You know how self-destruct works. He's fine.
Yeah.
I have to say, I find it darkly hilarious how quickly both sides of this conflict have escalated to kamikaze attacks. This fight hasn't been going on for a day yet, and we're already suicide bombing each other. It's like, and I like the fact that we're doing that now, but this will sort of stop being a thing during the freezer arc. We're going to start seeing this less and less until Boo, which I really imagine is someone telling Toriyama's editor coming and going like, so we've renewed you. Please stop blowing people up, because if you keep doing this, you'll have no characters left.
Toriyama's like, joke's on you. I just upgraded the Dragon Balls, bitch.
Yeah. It's a wonder to me, like revisiting how quickly our fan favorite Z fighters from the original Dragon Ball get 86'd within the span of like 2 or 3 episodes. It's like, oh man, if you thought losing Goku by episode 3 was rough, we're gonna kill all of these guys within the span of these episodes. It's like they really are kind of clearing the decks.
Gotta sell the toys. New toys.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and there's part of me that wonders how permanent some of these deaths were ever supposed to be before Toriyama was like, no, everybody can come back. Even Chiaotzu can come back.
Especially Chiaotzu can come back. You know, the most important character in all of Dragon Ball.
This is the last Chiaotzu fight, not counting the fight on King Kai's planet, I suppose.
There's the fight on King Kai's planet. Doesn't he fight in no, he doesn't fight in the Tournament of Power. I thought he did for like a hot second.
No, he he stays behind with Tien's students. He's just like, I'm good.
At this point, he's like, you know what? Screw this. I'm not cut out for this anymore. Tien, you go have fun.
He doesn't even get to do androids. Not even forget cell games. He doesn't even get to do the androids. Tien's like, I left him at home. It's like, oh,
He's
okay.
grounded.
He's grounded. This
Yeah.
50-year-old man is grounded.
He'll just try and blow himself up again.
Yeah, that's all he's got. Everyone forgets he can do like telekinesis or whatever, but no.
Yeah, he's an emperor, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Ocean Dub butchers this whole thing because we lose because in Japan, Tien gets a nice little flashback to all the stuff he did with Chiaotzu, which is funny because it's a nice little flashback to all the filler they've had.
Oh,
None of the canon stuff is in their flashback. It's all the stuff that was in their filler. But they cut that in America, which I kind of get why, because we haven't seen a lot of that filler. But at the same time, it does kind of lose a little bit of that whole moment. Also, the music in Japan when that happens is amazing. It's this really nice violin solo. And it keeps cutting back to Krillin and Piccolo fighting. And it just really has that like very tragic feel. It really hammers home. These guys are doomed.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. They are gone. Also, all the times that they say the Kikosho or the Tri-Beam takes life energy, this is, I think, the only time where we can visibly see like, yeah, this will kill you.
happens during when he does it to Cell and he like is draining his energy and then he passes out. And then Goku shows up.
Yeah, and then it gets presumably healed.
Yeah, they give him a sensu bean. He's fine.
Yeah, just bounce back. All that lost life energy that you expended on Cell, that you literally
Have
projected.
a bean.
Yeah,
Have a bean. Everything's okay.
yeah.
You are the Pichu of this franchise. Have a bean.
Yeah, but you know, good. I do have to throw this out here. Good for Tien for continuing to show up when he knows he's outclassed. Like after this point, Tien knows that he is outclassed, but he keeps showing up. Good for Tien.
Tien's outclassed as soon as he loses the hand. I mean, one of the things that I appreciated about it though is, and it's something I've enjoyed revisiting this and watching both versions of the dub side by side, is he's still up until this point, he's still kind of a contender.
Yeah.
No. When we first see him in the original Japanese and the Funimation dub, he's like, I can surpass Goku. He's like training, as opposed to this Ocean dub where we've been watching, where he's just like, and I'm on the lookout now with everybody else. He, for someone who is outclassed as he is against Nappa, he actually kind of holds his own, or he's able to, up until he loses a hand, and then
Up until he loses that arm.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, well,
Surprisingly, arm's quite important for combat sports.
yeah.
But poor Tien and Chiaotzu, and then of course Gohan has his big choke moment. He gets the yips right when it counts, and man, Scott McNeil Piccolo is so disappointed in you, Gohan. Just so disappointed.
Oh, I love that. I've always loved that line. I've always loved that. Oh, hurts, doesn't it?
Hurts, doesn't it?
Facing your fears would have hurt a lot less. Always loved that.
Then again, it's also like Piccolo. Maybe you should have kind of trained him to do something.
Yeah, they're just like punching this child in the face repeatedly. Like maybe we teach him how to block. Have we tried blocking?
Too advanced. Hasn't
Gohan can't block.
Well,
hasn't got that far down the tutorial menu yet.
Apparently, that was meant to be the Masenko, was what he was meant to launch.
I assume. I mean,
No, in the plot summary in the Daijin, it says Gohan didn't launch the Masenko. They specifically note. Yeah.
I do have to throw this out here. Vegeta kind of pissed me off a little bit in these episodes because they do the multi-form technique and you just hear freaking Brian Drummond go, cool. Like, what? What? Like, that pissed me off in such a real way, and I'm not 100% sure why.
I like when Vegeta, when the Piccolo's like, we'll wait for an opening, and then Vegeta like teleports behind them. It's like, that's a good idea. It's like, Vegeta, stop doing bits.
Vegeta spends the whole time doing bits. It's crazy.
They gotta give him something to do. Otherwise, he's just kind of smugly standing there.
He's just such a different character at this point. We talked about this last week, but at this point in the narrative, this is not who Vegeta is when we get to Namek.
Oh,
But you know,
yeah.
he doesn't make the flying noise and he doesn't make the instant transmission noise, meaning in universe, Vegeta got off his rock, ran around behind Piccolo to do that bit, then ran back before the next cut.
What a bitch, Vegeta. All 4'6" of you, not counting the hair.
Oh, it's so.
This is a very tiny Vegeta, by the way. Vegeta will get bigger as time goes on.
Oh,
But
it's
this
like
is a
it's
itty bitty
ridiculous.
Vegeta.
If you consider that he's supposed to be physically similar to Goku to carry out the fusion dance, I presume the reason they invented the Patara is because Toriyama's like he's too small. He can't do the fusion dance with Goku. We have to come up with something else.
But he's like Vegeta gets taller as he becomes more of a good guy. But here
Yeah.
he looks like to be about Frieza sized, and Frieza's pretty tiny.
Oh, I always think of the manga cover of like Goku looking down at Frieza like a disappointed dad.
And
You
Frieza having
know?
to crane his neck all the way up.
I did pick up some Dragon Ball artwork while I was in Japan, just to kind of show, you know,
Oh
Oh,
that's a, Saiyan Saga piece. And I got one more Saiyan Saga piece, even though we're not quite there yet. Which I just think is so
that's a
cool.
great Goku
that's a
face.
great Goku face.
Yeah.
Good Goku.
Yeah, we're starting to get into the sauce, but even though Goku isn't here yet.
Tien is now
Pissed
deep
that
in the
Goku isn't
sauce.
here yet.
Yeah.
Krillin's pissed that Goku's not here. He's like, where the hell is he? Why is he so late?
You figure the last time it was a hurry up and wait for Goku moment, it was Tien against King Piccolo. Krillin was dead, so he had no way of having that context. Like, oh, it just always happens this way.
Just hurry up and wait for Goku. That's the plot.
Yeah.
It's also weird because you'd think like King Kai would be keeping them informed or something, like
Yeah.
because he can talk to psychically. Why isn't he like, hey guys, just letting you know, Goku's
Why
got
do-
traffic.
Why do some of them have to run back and other times they just get teleported back into their bodies?
I mean, in the case of Goku, remember Goku's body is specifically taken by Kami.
Yeah, but when they bring back the rest of these guys later, they just get teleported where they're gonna go.
Yeah, yeah. They don't even I always felt annoyed that Krellin never goes to King Kai's planet. They resurrect him like immediately. And so he just shows up with the Saiyan armor again.
Just screaming. Ah!
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, has to be a hell of a reaction, like feeling like you're exploding from the inside out to like suddenly being like back on Earth. Like,
That has to be terrifying. The body horror of Dragon Ball is something we don't talk about enough.
yeah, Yamcha comes right back. When they bring back Yamcha, he
He
falls,
comes right back.
yeah, he falls into a pond outside of Capsule Corp.
You know,
Man,
I do quite like to imagine he did go to King Kai's planet in that split second though, because I feel like a very King Kai thing to just like be like, boo, and then you'll be alive again.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see if you can train at 5 times Earth's gravity or 10 times Earth's gravity. Oh, and you're gone.
I love you, Dragon Ball. The rules are so inconsistent. But
You're
yeah,
dreaming.
no, go. Oh,
I was like, King Kai think you're dreaming. Is that
your dream. This is a dream. Ah,
Yeah.
ah!
Do you wonder if the other Z fighters could have learned Kaioken?
I think they could have learned it.
not at this point, but I think based on how everything else seems to work, probably.
I mean, the only Goku, I think I've talked about this before. I have a theory that Saiyans genetically are kind of like the Sharingan. They can just copy stuff when they've seen it once, which is why they're able to like breed selectively with other species because their DNA is so adaptable. This is just my insane headcanon because in this arc, we will see Krillin use the Kienzan and then Vegeta copy it immediately with no questions. Like it's a thing that Saiyans seem to just be able to do.
Yeah. Except for Nappa, who's just kind of a dope.
Except for Nappa, who's a big dude who's just gonna do big dude stuff.
Nappa's ADHD gets the better of him. Basically, the plot of the second episode is that Nappa won't wait for 3 hours. So Vegeta, like a mom, has to be like, oh, you can go play, but come back.
Yeah, destroy this navy and then come back and
have a good time.
Yeah.
Which as you'll probably pick up, it's anime filler. The 3 hours just kind of happens in the manga. No one really does anything during it.
Yeah.
Baby, make sure you don't get your school uniform dirty before you come back. Like that kind. That is the energy. Vegeta's all over the place in these episodes.
Do we want to talk about, we've talked about Chiaotzu's other world, next dimension transportation death.
Yeah,
Do we want to talk about Tien's like final moments on this mortal coil this time?
Oh yeah,
before he goes on vacation.
Yeah.
which Ocean absolutely butcher, which I quite
It's
like. Yeah.
bad.
So obviously losing the flashback doesn't help, but in Japan he's like, Chiaotzu, we will go out together as you sacrifice yourself, so will I. This is my last tri-beam. Which, perfect. Explains what's going on. Ocean changed that to all right. Looks like I'm back in the saddle. What luck. This three-eyed cowboy is going for one last ride, which you're not Adam Page. You can't do that. But, like, I forgot that line, and I kind of forgot that Tien dies there. So I was like, wait, what just happened? Because like, apparently he was fine, then he's getting back up, right? No, okay. It really covers up the fact he just died. It's like, oh. And it kind of makes it sound like he did it by accident, which makes him look like an utter. Because, like, yeah, in Japan, he's going all out, but yeah, what?
Yeah, that three-eyed cowboy famously getting in the saddle only to fall back out of the saddle dead.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, it's so abrupt.
all on the dusty ground, and that's it.
You know,
It looks, if you didn't know watching the Ocean dub, you would just think he's super exhausted and needs to lie down for a second.
Yeah, for like 6 months.
Yeah.
yeah, it's not even like a different sound effect running for this tri-beam, so there's no way of knowing that he's dead. And just, I don't know, the whole cowboy thing doesn't work, and it's I know we can't say the word die, but he doesn't say the word die in Japan.
Yeah.
He says
So
sacrifice, which is way too many syllables.
yeah, or you could have just said, "This is my last attack. I'm going to give it all I have," and that would get the thing across without him saying die.
I'm not gonna lie to you, that line, the three-eyed cowboy thing, kind of read to me like somebody messing around in the booth, but then they were like out of time and out of budget, so they just had to use that take.
Hmm.
Like it felt very ad-libbed in a weird, like vocal warm-up sort of way. You know what I mean?
It doesn't, yeah, because it also doesn't really sound that not the line doesn't sound Tierney, but the voice there doesn't sound normal either. So it could be just something we left in.
Yeah.
And just they ran out of time, they ran out of budget. This dude was screwing around on the microphone. They were like,
Yeah.
"Well, guess that's the line now."
Yeah, just got to figure out something to put in here. We can't have it as it is. Good enough.
Oh, last I watched a John Wayne film, he had three eyes. No, you're on mescaline though. Oh, well, still, he had three eyes when I watched it.
Three eyes when I watched it. But yeah, it is kind of interesting to remember how long this takes because everybody rags on the Namek saga, which you are allowed to rag on the Namek saga for how long that 5 minutes takes. But this is taking a long time, and this is edited to shit. So like, I remembering how this really goes is kind of crazy.
I mean, again, watching the Funimation dub alongside this, it's kind of remarkable. There's to a degree, not so much now that we're in the action, but like seeing some of the fluff get cut out, it makes sense. But for the fight sequences, this is what I'm here for. I don't want them to edit around this kind of stuff. At the same time, late 90s, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, it is amazing how it is because this, yeah, we're still not really at what I would consider the start of Z yet. We're just sort of cleaning out the closet at the moment.
I mean, yeah, with getting rid of all those Dragon Ball characters, let's just put them in the dustbin.
Remember when we were watching the Transformers movie? More toys, new toys on the shelf.
Yeah, they do marginally better than the Autobots that get mercilessly killed right in the beginning by Megatron.
Just absolutely destroyed.
That for me is still like the wildest sequence in that entire movie. It isn't the death of Optimus Prime because he actually gets a decent out, but just them raiding that shuttle and just killing everybody. I was like, oh, dude, why didn't you do that the entire time?
Yeah, no, that's what Vegeta and Nappa are doing right now.
Yeah. Like,
Was
yeah, with Vegeta and Nappa, it's like new characters, new bad guys. We get it. It's supposed to set the bar. Fine. With Transformers, the movie, it's like, oh, Megatron, I didn't see you get an upgrade. How are you able to just do this? Huh. Fuck.
I just started trying for the first time in my life.
Yeah.
His and
Um,
Cyber's
Yeah.
relationship was good that day. Anyway,
it was like we also talk about the Nappa's little rampage, his thing smashing rampage, is also a thing of so much change dialogue. We get rid of the news people watching as Nappa's blast comes towards them, which is a shame because that's a really nice shot.
Hmm.
We get the Nappa going, I never did watch the news, well, maybe a few times, and it stunk. Nappa, what? Saiyans have news. I don't think King Vegeta is the weather person. No, Vegeta does the weather on Planet Vegeta News.
Yeah. For the
like a sexy weatherman kind of thing.
Yes, but always in the armor. He has the big pointy shoulders, and he uses those to point
yeah,
to
I mean,
clouds.
they never take it off.
Yeah,
Never. That's the protection.
Yeah.
from the weather, which I.
I would fight the weather.
We also get the news crew screaming, "Run for the hills! Get out of here!" And Nappa says, "Oh, they ran away." Yes, the explosion that makes you run away. They add the pilot shouting, "Eject, eject!" The Navy adding abandoned ship. Nappa saying, "I hope you Navy boys like to swim."
Not like
Thanks,
today.
Nappa.
It's just a weird joke. Also, Nappa, I guess Planet Vegeta had a navy. I guess it had water. And they also cut a massive a mushroom cloud explosion, which one of the ships gives off to again kind of hide the fact that everyone in that ship just died.
Yeah.
They didn't die. They went to the next dimension. Get it right, John.
The next King Yema's just there with half a navy. It's like,
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah, I think Alyx said this last week, but I don't think any of these guys come back.
Yeah.
There's no wish to fix that.
I don't think they wish any of these people back. I don't think it's a Boo Saga issue, you know?
Yeah.
It does make you wonder for the military guys because they would obviously there'd be a delay for them coming back. They'd get like medals of valor presumably for dying in action. Would the military take those back if you get wished back for the Dragon Balls?
That requires more paperwork.
I was thinking, would
I
it be
think
like
they
that?
traded for a Purple Heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it would be like that guy who was in prison for life, but his heart stopped, so he argued in court that technically he'd already died, so he couldn't.
Did he argue that successfully?
I can't remember.
See, that's the question. If he argued it successfully, then it's a different conversation.
I believe they may have just resentenced him.
Man, that's crazy.
But the footage of Nappa having his rampage is a fun milestone. It's in the main titles.
That is true.
And it's the only piece of footage in those titles that actually comes from the show, not a movie. Everything else is from World's Strongest and Tree of Might. For some reason that's never been fully explained.
I do have to throw this out here. We do need to get Chi-Chi checked for like something because this woman passes out every 5 minutes. This can't be good for her. Is she okay?
I mean, is it a case of vertigo? Is it heart health? Is it narcolepsy?
Is it a blood sugar thing? Like, has she eaten today? Like, because she, like, passing out once I get, passing out that many times in that many minutes is like, okay, well, there's a different issue happening here.
It does make me laugh in the Kami house of how they're just kind of like, oh, she'll be fine. I don't think she will be.
I think so.
You might want to do something there. Bean her up immediately. Also, talking of a Kame house, Bulma becomes a stone cold bitch by the end of this because Bulma is crying over Chiaotzu dying. But if you play Xenoverse 2, she will show off the CC mascot she's made, one of whom is Chiaotzu, and it will glow like it's about to self-destruct when you press a button. So, like, Bulma has gone from, oh no, Chiaotzu, to funny man.
Bulma.
I'm going to make a little model of you killing yourself. Yes.
Does Chiaotzu get like a cut of that at all? Like,
I think Bulma has far too much influence to allow that kind of thing.
I hope they bring that back in Xenoverse 3. I really do.
I hope they add a line where Bulma explains why she's making puppets of her friends killing themselves.
you know, look, man, we live in a world where therapy is expensive, and I can't even imagine what the therapy in the dragon world looks like. We are getting close to the end, though, so do we have any other fun facts before we go to final thoughts?
Just one big change between Japan and all English dubs. When Oolong asks Bulma, "Hey, tell me the world isn't going to end," and Bulma says it's going to end, and he freaks out. In Japan, he says he's very upset that he didn't collect more women's panties. And Bulma responds by informing him, "Well, no woman would give you their panties." And like, Bulma, darling, I understand, but I don't think he was implying he was going to engage in barter for them. I don't think it's a question of give with Oolong.
No, it's more of a take
His
situation.
washing line is unprotected.
Oh no, that's a real life problem. But let's hear it. Let's hear those final thoughts before the big one next week.
I think, in terms of these episodes, I mean, we're really getting into it. I'm always shocked how quickly and cavalierly they kill the Z fighters. As a kid, it didn't really matter to me because I didn't really know who any of these characters were. But now, having watched the original Dragon Ball a couple times, like, oh man, you really just kind of like brutally took out like three of your fan favorite characters like in a row. Okay, all right, fair enough. So yeah, it's interesting revisiting it from that perspective.
It's kind of funny. I admire the balls of killing off half your main characters like this so unceremoniously. It's interesting, but again, just with time, I can't not find this darkly hilarious now, just because of how bad it is. It's like, oh, everyone is dying. We've got people blowing themselves up left, right, and center. Just the amount of escalation in such a small time, especially in the Ocean Dub, where we've had like 3 deaths in the space of 2 episodes. Like, wow, this isn't just like we're outclassed. This is just a massacre, like an almost comical massacre. But oh my god, the Ocean dialogue is starting to really make me regret doing Ocean.
Mm.
If I hit another dimension one more time, I'm going to Chiaotzu myself. It's it's constant, and they do it in times where they don't need to. There are other ways to rewrite these sentences to remove. Obviously, I think removing death is stupid. Children can understand the concept of death, but I get that 90s America wouldn't allow that. But there are still better ways to rewrite these sentences. You don't have to make Tien say he's a cowboy. You can just say I'm putting all my energy into it. It's factual and it's not gory.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, no, too much, too many other dimensions.
First of all, how dare you assume that anyone could make Tien say he's a cowboy? He is a cowboy, god damn it. But yeah, like there are places where the dub is arguably getting rougher in a way. Like it started out not too insane. There are just some weird little choices here and there. Now that other dimension stuff is starting to become the meme fuel that we all know it to be. But it's Z. You do have to appreciate how murdering your main characters this early into like this new phase is actually really interesting. And it's interesting too, like Sam, you were saying, and you too, John, is like coming back to this after 30 more years of Dragon Ball and knowing where the story goes is very funny because it is kind of darkly hilarious that this is being treated so massively when soon it's going to not matter at all. But that does mean that we have come to the end of our show. We have pulled into our final destination. That is right. It is time for us to disembark from Toonami Absolution. We want to thank you once again in joining us and talking about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. We have been your hosts. My name is Alyx.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John.
And we'll see you next time in the next dimension. Bang.